Alright everybody, welcome back. My name is Lord Alvon, and this is my channel, and we are here for another vintage cube draft today. And let's see what we have opened. Alright, so looks like we have some pretty powerful planeswalkers up here in Elspeth, Teferi, and Ugin. Those are all quite powerful. There's a Metalworker, which can tap for a ton of mana in the right deck. Other than that, I like Thalia if you're planning on playing some sort of aggressive white deck, but that's not really where I want to start. Inquisition of Kozilek is solid. Thirst for Knowledge is solid. I think I'm going to start with Teferi here. This gentleman has been my best friend in my modern blue-white control deck, and I'm just a huge fan of Teferi. So I think I'll probably take him and try to draft blue-white control, or maybe some sort of just crazy multicolor planeswalker deck. I'm totally in for that. So let's start with him. And yeah, we're going to start with Teferi here today. Let's see what we get for pack number 2. All right. Okay, so... Oh, wow. All right. Okay, so powerful cards here. We've got Remand as a pretty decent counterspell, and we have Sneak Attack, which is one of the most powerful effects in Cube. Very difficult to replicate this kind of effect. There's also a Fractured Identity, which costs the same as Teferi and is pretty absurd. So basically, you get to kill anything and then make a copy of it, other than a land, of course. So effectively gains control of it, but permanently, so they can't like just blow up your enchantment like they would if it was a treachery or a control magic. And you can hit planeswalkers with this card, so it's pretty disgusting. You also get end of the battlefield effects, so I'm kind of leaning towards this, but I mean, Remand and Sneak Attack are also quite good. Since I've already built a Sneak Attack deck already in this cube, I think I'm going to go for the Fractured Identity, and we're going to try to just get some people with this. And, okay. Kiki-Jiki is sweet. There's also a Celestial Colonnade, and if I'm trying to draft blue-white control, Celestial Colonnade's a good place to be. I could go out on a limb and take the Kiki-Jiki, but I think sticking to my guns here seems pretty decent. There are better dual lands than Colonnade, but... Ooh. Kiki-Jiki is very powerful. And in the right deck, it can just combo off and kill your opponent the turn he comes into play. So I might just want to take Kiki-Jiki. Maybe I can like wheel the Inspiring Vantage. Yeah, I don't want to commit too hard to blue-white control just yet, and Kiki-Jiki gives me some outs to play like some sort of Splinter Twin deck, which has the potential to win very quickly. So we'll take him, and I think... Oh, wow. Rewarded. Okay, sweet. So, Pestermite. Combos with Kiki-Jiki to make infinite creatures and win the game on the spot. So that's a great little pickup here. We'll try to be drafting maybe some sort of Jeskai twin deck, like combo control. I like that quite a bit. There's also an Arcane Artisan in this pack, an Ancient Tomb. I like those cards both quite a bit. And Flametongue Kavu is obviously good. Animate Dad's good for Reanimator. But yeah, Pestermite's great. The Kiki-Jiki, the combo is unreal. And yeah, that's definitely what I'm taking. And here I'm going to take the Tundra, because original duels are excellent. And if I pick up any fetch lands, then I have just access to this beautiful mana base that can let me play pretty much like as many crazy color combos as I want. I can play a blue-white card in the same deck as a triple red card if I have, a lot of fetches and original duels and shock lands and that kind of thing. So totally happy to pick this up. Nothing else here is really all that good. Although I do like Wear and Tear. It's a pretty flexible card. I wouldn't mind taking this on the wheel. But yeah, Tundra's great. Oh, wow. Okay, so here we've got the Baral and a Path to Exile. And I think I'm going to take Path. Path is an excellent removal spell. It deals with anything from your problematic tiny creatures to the biggest, craziest threats you'll ever need to face. And it does it all for the low cost of 1 mana. So totally have to pick up Path to Exile here. I do like Baral quite a bit, but we don't have any counter spells just yet, and nothing that really other than the fractured entity that he can really reduce the cost of. So I think Path is a great pickup here. And okay, so there's a scrub land here. That's interesting. Also a Baneslayer Angel. I don't think this is going to be a deck for Baneslayer Angel. I think we're going to be more along the lines of combo control. So like a big mid-range finisher like Baneslayer might not be what we're trying to do. I do like Thoughtseize, but I think I'm going to take the Scrub Land. I think I'm likely to be more Jeskai than like a base black deck. And I think Scrubland might just be good. It allows me like a pretty free black splash if I end up opening something like Lingering Souls or something like that. I could see that being fine. Yeah, we'll do that. And this is kind of garbage. Unexpectedly Absent is decent removal. Pretty good tempo-y stuff. I mean, 2 mana to put an online permanent on top of its owner's deck is really good, and then later in the game you can just kind of tuck it away. If you do it in response to a fetch land, it gets rid of it pretty much permanently. That card's pretty sweet. Also, Rabble Master, light up the stage is good, but only if you're like aggressive. I think we're being more controlling. Here we'll take the Thirst, I believe. That's better than Elspeth in this deck. Yeah, Thalia is going to be a pretty big thorn in our side if we end up facing it. Bonus points if you get where that pun is going. Thirst for Knowledge, and that's pretty good. Journey to Nowhere is good removal. I don't think this is going to be a Treasure Cruise deck, but Journey is quite excellent at killing stuff. Inspiring Message did come around, which is good, because now we can more easily splash the Kiki-Jiki. Moat actually could be quite excellent. It's a good deterrent for a lot of aggressive decks. So I kind of like that, honestly. That could be pretty good defensive card here. Dark Dwellers is the only card I could reasonably play out of these three, although I'm not likely to do so. Gifts Ungiven. Interesting. Okay. That's neat. I could take that. Maybe I can end up like getting an Unburial Rights, and then I can use Gifts Ungiven to go get like Kiki-Jiki and some nonsense, put it in my graveyard. And I already have the black to splash here with the Scrub Land, so that could be a thing that could be nice. Right, so things we want to be on the lookout for in this pack are just card selection, card advantage, and ways to make this combo happen faster. So I like Dig Through Time. I also like Search for Azcanta. And I think, let me sort this by converted mana cost here. So we're currently a little heavy on like the 5 drops here. Put these 5s there. There's some room for 4. I think I like Search for Azcanta. Search for Azcanta is really good. It's just a thing you play on turn 2 that'll eventually like improve your draw quality for the rest of the game. I think it's very good. I also do like Lightning Bolt here. Lightning Bolt, Lightning Helix. I wouldn't mind wheeling either of those. I think at this point we probably are playing Moat. Yeah, this is good. I'm going to take Azcanta, though. Azcanta's really good. I wouldn't mind a Caracas or a Dig Through Time or a Bolt or a Helix or even a Jace on the wheel. Any of those would be good. So this pack's got a lot of good stuff for us. And wow, okay, so here we got Izzet Signet, Cryptic Command, and Glenelendra Archmage. Whoo, baby. Also a Gruul Signet, too. Ooh. I mean, Izzet Signet's exactly what we need. But these cards are so excellent. Oh, man. I think I gotta take the Discipline pick and take the Signet, because my deck really doesn't function all that well without it. It helps fix the extra red that I need for Kiki-Jiki. It reanimates me into Teferi or Fractured Identity. Lets me play a Moat on turn 3, potentially. Like, this card is just really good. And although these are excellent control tools, I think I just need the ramp a little more. So I need to prioritize having that. Like, there's a lot of, like, decent 4-drops in blue that you could end up getting, like Venser, Shaper Savant, or, you know, Jace the Mind Sculptor, obviously. Although these are very good, I think the Signets are a little more important. And there's a Sphinx. Yeah, I'm slamming Sphinx here. Sphinx not only is just a really good threat on its own. We can ramp it out with Signet and stuff. But it also is good with Moat because we can just slam the Moat and then have this and attack for lethal with this guy. That seems great. Definitely take this. I wouldn't mind Repeal or Lightning Strike or even Sweltering Suns on the wheel. Those would be fine. Arid Mesa. That fetches Tundra. I'm not playing any of these other cards except for maybe like Fire and Ice, but I'm not really missing out on much if I'm not taking that. So Arid Mesa is great. It's already a tri-land. I can fetch like a mountain or the Tundra. Like that's fantastic. It's exactly what we need to make this mana base work. So we'll take that for sure. And interesting, there's a Stoneforge Mystic here and a Frost Titan and Incinerate. Seeing quite a few of these Reanimator cards going around. I know I saw Animate Dead earlier. I think it was in this pack. Maybe it was in pack 1. But Stoneforge is a really good threat by itself. We don't currently have any equipment. And the deck doesn't look like it's going to end up being something that's going to really want equipment all that much. Maybe I just take the Frost Titan or like the Incinerate. I think Stoneforge has a higher upside. There's also a Hangerback Walker, which pretty much always makes the deck. It's really flexible. When it dies, you make a whole bunch of Thopters that can attack past the Moat. I think I'll speculate on Stoneforge. I'm not necessarily playing it just yet, but it is very powerful. Okay, there's a Marsh Flats here, which does fetch the Tundra. That's pretty sweet. There's also a Compulsive Research and a Phantasmal Image, both of which I like quite a bit. I love all three of these cards, honestly. Even Expansion Explosion would be good too. I think of all of these, I think I prefer Compulsive Research. It's just a really, really good draw spell. Draw 3, then discard a land is just excellent. Although Image is really good. I think I want to take Compulsive Research. I value this card really highly. And, okay, sweet. Venser's great. Venser is really good. There's also a Wrath of God. I think you can really get these Wrath effects. There's a lot of them, so I really don't think it's going to be all that relevant to take this one right now in particular, but Venser's really good. I like Venser quite a bit. Really flexible tempo tool. Johnny Vengeant, he's good. I'm fine with that. There's also a Firebolt and a Grim Lavamancer and a Geist. I don't think this is really a Geist deck, but I think a Johnny Vengeant could be quite good. Helix, sure. Good removal. And we get Glen Elendra Archmage back. Wow. Okay, that's great. Also, a Condemn. We already have Path, Journey, and Helix. I think Archmage is just really good. Works with our Moat, and it's just great in general. Lightning Strike, Repeal. Both of these are okay. Probably prefer Repeal over Lightning Strike, but maybe that's wrong. I'll take Lightning Strike. Not sure if that's correct, but Glorybringer is decent. I might play that. We'll see. Against the right decks, this could be really strong. It works pretty well with Moat. Just comes in, roasts like whatever flyer they have, and then it just keeps on rumbling. I like this card quite a bit in the right matches. So here what I kind of want to do is pick up like a Splinter Twin and like another thing that combos with it, like Zealous Conscripts or Deceiver Exarch. Those could both be pretty sweet. Lantax, probably won't play that, but it's at least decent. Banefire, okay, sure. And Spectral Procession. All right, Procession's interesting. It's good with the Moat, I guess, but all right, so what I'm going to want here out of pack number 3 is a few more mana fixers. Like Bloodstained Mire is fine, but I don't actually have... Ooh, Scalding Tarn. Scalding Tarn is great. That is exactly what we want. There's also a Jace Beleren, Factor Fiction, Source of Plowshares. Like, any of those 3 would be great. Even like a Siege Gang Commander would be fine, but I think Scalding Tarn is really what we're going to need to make this crazy mana base work. I'm going to want to try to pick up like at least one of like Volcanic Island or Plateau or that kind of thing in this pack. So Scalding Tarn should help a lot with that. And yeah, we'll take that for sure. Yep. All right, here we got Azorius Signet and Nahiri Spellseeker. I think it's just Signet. Signet's really good. You could probably reasonably wheel like Banishing Light or Spellseeker, even like Flame Slash. Opposition is an insane magic card. This is not reasonable at all, but it's more for like the green-blue decks. But Azorius Signet is really, really good, especially if we're trying to cast these 4 and 5 drops that are very powerful. But yeah, we'll take that for sure. Other things that I want in this pack are counter spells. I haven't really seen any. I know I saw in pack 1 a Remand and a Cryptic Command that I didn't take. So I'm gonna hope to get something like counter spell or mana drain or mana leak. Just any number of like the 2 mana counters are kind of what I'm looking for at this point. I really would like some of those. Sacred Foundry is great. There's also a Strip Mine, Gear Hulk. Those are okay. Council's Judgment and Sphinx's Rev are pretty strong. But this just makes my mana base quite a bit better. And we're definitely taking that. Leovold, side note, is an absurd magic card that really shouldn't exist. But yeah, Sacred Foundry is fine. We'll be taking that for sure. Spell Queller is neat. I like Spell Queller quite a bit. That is like a pseudo counter spell. I guess that's probably fine. I like it. I can dig it. That's probably fine. I'm not really playing Wormcoil in this deck. I don't think we have enough ramp to make that all that great. But I do like Jace Vryn's Prodigy quite a bit. We have Path, Helix, Lightning Strike, and like Thirst and Compulsive Research we can combo with that. Gas. Also, Unexpectedly Absent is pretty good with Jace too. Recruiter of the Guard is also good because that gets Kiki Jiki or Pestermite, so that's kind of a consideration here. But I think I want to take Jace. This might even come around, honestly. But Jace is just insane. Here there is a Needle Spires is a good mana fixer, and then there's a Gitaxian Probe. What are we? We're looking at currently like -5, so like 21 playables that I want to play. I think Probe is really good. I like the information Probe gets you. This is bad. These are all terrible for me. Not playing Manamorphose, not playing Desperate Ritual. I guess Maze of Ith is a pretty decent sideboard card at the very least. Oh, Lingering Souls. Okay. I mean, I do have the Scrubland, so I can kind of splash the flashback on that one pretty easily. I don't think I like Mana Confluence all that much. It kind of punishes me a little bit too much, but Lingering Souls is totally reasonable, as is Swords to Plowshares. Wow. Yeah, we're getting all the good removal here. We didn't end up with any counter spells, except for the Spell Queller. That is a little bit problematic. The Glenelenge Archmage is going to do a lot of heavy lifting, I think. Spellseeker hits Path, Probe, Swords to Plowshares, Lightning Strike, Helix. That's not terrible. I kind of like the Orzhov Signet. I don't know how many Signets we really need. We already have 2. I think 2 is probably enough. Banishing Light hits everything. It's good removal. I think I'll take that. And Judgment or Sphinx's Rev. It's another, like... This is, like, the reason to play White and Cube, honestly, is cards like Council's Judgment. I don't really think Sphinx's Rev is going to be all that great in this deck. I would like to try it. All right. History of Vanellia. Okay, I'm not really playing History, and I don't want to play against this Eidolon, like, ever, so... I just take Hate Draft that. Blast Zone? Oh, no, Recruiter. Sweet. As much as I love Blast Zone, I don't think our mana base is good enough to support it, but Recruiter of the Guard hits both of our combo pieces, the Pestermite and the Kiki-Jiki, so I'm in for that. And then it also gets, like, Glenelenge Archmage to fight other control decks. Parallax Wave is kind of neat. And Desperate Ritual. All right. So we do need to make some cuts, but I think the deck is pretty strong as it stands here. So let's sort group creatures separately. All right. I think I can feel pretty comfortable taking out like Lightning Strike. I don't think that's really doing much for us. Compulsive, Thirst for Knowledge, Teferi, Unexpectedly Absent. Want to make like 2 more cuts. Yeah, I think the Recruiter of the Guard is actually really good in this deck. It hits every single creature except for Spell Queller and Sphinx. It's like Kiki Jiki, Archmage, Venser, Pestermite, and Jace Vryn's Prodigy. So I think we're going to be probably relying pretty heavily on this moat. We can win with the combo or like just random flyer beats. Got 1, 2, 3, like 4 good removal spells. Are we even playing Sphinx's Rev in this deck? Probably don't want to play Unexpectedly Absent. I can see cutting that. Sphinx's Rev is really fun. Gives a nice late game mana sink. I kind of like keeping that. I can see cutting like the Thirst. I don't think it's as good as Compulsive Research in this deck specifically. Maybe that's fine. What other card draw do we have? Because we have for card draw we have like Compulsive, Jace. I guess this doesn't really count, or like Teferi. Maybe we don't want to cut that particular one. Get Probe's kind of a free card. Maybe I just cut Journey to Nowhere. It's cutting Journey, and then like I bring it in like a really heavy creature matchup. Doesn't synergize with the Jace all that well. Yeah, I mean, I already have like 1, 2, 3, 4 good removal spells. Yeah, this seems fine. Okay, let's combine groups and sort by color. So pretty heavy on the blue. The red is going to be a little difficult to get with the triple red for this Kiki Jiki, but we do have a lot of good mana fixing. So let's put in all this and see where that leaves us. So we have a Tundra. We have 2 Tri-lands in the Scalding Tarn and Arid Mesa, and then we have these 2. So currently we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white sources, and then we are at 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources, and 1, 2, 3 blue sources. So we're going to need a lot of islands. Although we don't really need more than like 2 blue mana sources at any given time. So we have like 12 to add. All right, let's see what this suggests here, and then it suggests 3, 5, 4. So that'll leave us with 1, 2, 3, and then so 8 blue sources. I guess 9, 10 if you include the signets. Signets really do make this quite a bit better. 10 blue sources, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 white sources, that's pretty good. And then red sources, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red sources. That seems kind of reasonable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think that's fine. You don't have all that many red cards. I mean, Kiki Jiki is going to be a tough card to cast for sure. But I think it's kind of reasonable. All right. Add those to the deck, sort by converted mana cost, and there we go. Jeskai combo control. Seems good. I would have liked a few more counterspells for this deck, but I think we have some powerful removal. We have some good planeswalkers. The moat should be able to lock some people out. And yeah, maybe we'll just combo kill people. So I like where this is situated. We can even like side in like Lingering Souls if we really need to. In like a really grindy matchup, we can just get this bad boy in there. All right, cool. We got an opponent for match number 1 here. Let's see what we got. I would like to play first. And sweet. All right, we'll keep. Do I probe for life? Probably not. I have an island to use here. Seems totally fine just to go island probe. I don't have any other 1-drops that I'm going to want to cast on turn 1, so let's see what you got going on, opponent. Phyrex 2. All right, this is a mono black. He's got 1 swamp and a Thoughtseize. All right. That's a little interesting. So him to Torok is going to be a bit of a pain, but yeah, turn 1 Thoughtseize is definitely powerful. Probably takes Lightning Helix if he wants to land the Hypnotic Spectre. But, interesting. Mono black. All right. Takes Fractured Identity. Interesting choice there. Not really sure that's correct, but all right. We're going to play the Signet. Probably should have played the White Source there, but because I discarded. Yeah, I didn't want to. That was dumb. I should have played the White Source. All right. Okay, he's got Bazaar of Baghdad. This is just card disadvantage. So unless he's got like some form of like cheap way to get a creature back from the yard and then some actual good creature to put into play, then it's not going to be too great for him. So we honestly actually are going to be able to have triple red here. Discards Packrat and Liliana Death's Majesty. And Iona. Oh boy. Alright. That's scary. Iona is really good against me. Azoria Signet. Okay, so let's go Arid Mesa. Tap 2 Azoria Signet. Pass Reno. If my opponent actually draws into some lands here, and yeah, this could be bad. Him is gross. Him is really gross. And hit both of my non-lands. All right, well, you know, that's a thing that can happen. All right, we're ditching this and getting Sacred Foundry tapped. Now we have all of our colors of mana. Now we just need to find some card advantage. All right, so him is gone. Hypnotic Spectre. Maybe I just like start playing all the cards in my hand just so he can't Spectre me. That seems kind of reasonable. This guy's deck seems not particularly fun to play against. If he hits his land drops, this is going to be a little bit rough for me. There's the Spectre. All right, well, Spectre's pretty good. I am going to just play all the cards in my hand, so it doesn't really hit me all that hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Honestly, what I might want to do is just like leave this Plains in my hand so that I can like guaranteed flip Azcanta next turn. I'd rather do that, honestly, because like I don't think having an extra mana is really all that big a deal, but I think flipping this like next turn is pretty strong. So he can get back an Iona. This turn, if he draws into, I guess, Makeshift Mannequin, yeah, oh boy. This will be rough. It'd be really rough. Wormcoil, Sundering Titan, good God. Okay, well, I'm about to get totally destroyed. Makeshift Mannequin on Sundering Titan. All right, well, okay. Now I'm going to lose like 3 of my lands. He loses 1 of his. That's disgusting. All right, well, I mean, probably makes me lose. Blows up. Sacred Foundry, yeah. Oh, we're so dead. We are so dead. Jeez. All right. Well, I had no idea that was going to happen, so feels bad, man. But I guess I do get to flip this regardless now. Oh, well. And I kind of wish I had this Plains in play, but I didn't know he was going to blow up all my lands with this, so, you know. Okay. All right, well, goodbye. Goodbye, Plains. Let's see what Azcanta has for me. Dude. And we've got Spell Queller. That's not going to do anything. Yeah, we'll bin that and we'll transform. Glenelendra Archmage. That's kind of neat. 2, 3, 4. And I'm kind of already dead at this point, but, I mean, my opponent's got no cards in hand, so If we can top deck into like a path or a something to deal with this Sunray Titan, I mean, we're kind of getting there. It's not too bad. I'll just take 7 here. I don't mind taking 7. Like Bazaar really did mess up their card advantage here. We'll definitely trade for Hypnotic Spectre if they attack with it. And we'll definitely take 7 if they decide to attack here. And can I get a white removal spell? No. All right, cool. That's fine. And we'll just pass back to them. We can activate as Kanta. I wanna try to find some kind of removal, like path, specifically path. Would be great. Path or swords. Swords 2 plowshares. Yeah, we'll just block here. This is fine. Don't want to die. Persist. Okay, comes back. Let's see what they got. Byrex 2. Iona. Oof. Oof. Yeah, that Titan really messed me up. All right, well, okay, let's activate as Kanta. 1, 2, 3. Okay, come on. All right, 1 second. Activate. Banishing Light. Sure. I kind of wanted those lands too, but that's all right. All right, Mountain. Sure. All right, so we're going to Banishing Light away the Titan. 1, 2, 3. Banishing Light, hit your Titan. I'll lose the mountain, he loses his swamp. And it just dies. Doesn't actually get exiled. Yep, that's pretty bad. Oh, really? Oh, wow, okay. I mean, my opponent's going to really lose some card advantage here, so this is fine. Discards 3 swamps. All right. 1, 2, 3. And the question is, do I just play the mountain? I'll play the mountain, and then we'll just probably chump block the Hypnotic Spectre. Maybe just take it. Sphinx isn't really getting cast this game, I don't think. And the ability to counter a non-creature is pretty powerful. I think I value that a little more than the Sphinx at this point. I mean, we do have like a lot of ways that kill this, so like we have the, I guess Helix is in the yard, but Swords and Path both kill this pretty efficiently. So we'll just take the 2, let this guy get discarded. Yep, this is fine. This is not fine. All right. Okay. Well, now we'll pass. I think Teferi is worth protecting because Teferi actually can win us the game. If my opponent's got like 2 lands in play, yeah, Teferi's real good. He's gonna attack. I will activate as Kanta here just to see what we get. First, we gotta actually do these stupid signets the right way. As Kanta, what you got for me? Ooh, Compulsive Research, Path to Exile. I like both of those cards. I like the Path, I think. It's probably a little better at this point. I'm going to chump block this to save my Teferi from getting discarded. And they have 2 lands, so they really can't do much. Oh, come on! Come on! Alright, well, there goes my Teferi, I guess. If he get to take Teferi, I can just path the Mesmeric Fiend, I guess. Takes the path. Okay, that seems fine. That seems fine. I would like a 5th land for this Teferi, maybe. All right, ask and you shall receive, apparently. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. And let's just uptick him. And what are we going to get? Scalding Tarn. Sure. Okay. So let's untap a couple lands. 1 and 2. Teferi can take some damage here. If he wants, my opponent wants to, like, deal damage to my Teferi, he's not going to be able to attack me. So that's kind of okay. Discards Damnation, Unburial Rites. Okay, not really going to cast that as... Yeah. This card is just card disadvantage if you're not really abusing it. What are they going to do? Attack me? Attack Teferi? What's she going to do? I mean, this Scalding Tarn really isn't doing much, so I'm kind of fine with this just getting discarded here. What's he deciding? Oh, sending both at me. All right. Sure. That's okay. I just like minus on the Mesmeric Fiend and then path the Hypnotic Spectre. Like, that's totally reasonable, I think. Jace Fringe Prodigy. All right, sweet. So, let's just minus on this guy, and then we have the path up for the hippie. Oh, Teferi, why are you so good? I would like to have that back, please. Thank you. Let's not forget, I thought I was dead on like turn 2 of this game. Like turn 2 or 3. Just when he had the potential Iona, like makeshift mannequinning out an Iona, like would have just completely destroyed me. But my opponent chose not to do that, so that's a thing. All right, what's he gonna do? He can try to Mesmeric Fiend me again. Mazavith, Damnation, Buried Alive. Okay. Hippie at me. All right, well, we're going to do is we're going to go 1 and a 2. Path that. And then we're going to activate as Kanta. We're going to get a Sphinx's Rev. Nice. Okay, so we're going to put that there and then that. Okay. Sphinx's Rev. All right, Mesmeric Fiend is going to take Sphinx's Rev or the Jace. Either is totally fine. I don't really mind either of these guys getting taken away at this point. They're both very strong, so Sphinx's Rev, sure. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, my opponent's really given up a whole ton of card advantage with this whole Bazaar of Baghdad thing, so I'm kind of in for this. Teferi. Ooh, Ajani Vengeance. Oh, can just like minus on the Mesmeric Fiend and kill it. Ooh, okay. Actually, what I'd like to do is I'd like to 1, 2, 3 activate as Kanta, and we're going to untap it with Teferi. Swords to Plowshares is excellent. Recruiter, Thirst, Inspiring Advantage, and then we're going to go 1, 2, Jace, and untap as Kanta Mountain. Can't actually cast the Swords to Plowshares here, but this is still totally fine. My opponent only has like 3 lands I can actually tap for mana here. I don't think any of those are going to be particularly relevant. Liana of the Veil? Sure. I get to sack my Jace. Alright, that's fine. Ajani Vengeance kills the Liana, so this is totally fine. Target player sacks a creature. I will sack my Jace. This is okay. I'm going to go to 4, but I can honestly like pretty reasonably get my combo to go off here pretty soon. There's not many cards left in my deck, and I think the Teferi can kind of get me there. My opponent's got like my opponent has somehow less cards in his deck than I do. Let's just first activate Teferi. Tundra, nice. Okay, so let's play Ajani Vengeance and Swords to Plowshares. Okay, so let's go Tundra first, and then we're going to go, hold on, so 1, 2, and then Swords this thing. Get that back, thank you. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 for Ajani V, and then we'll just Helix the Liliana, and then we'll untap a couple of lands in the end step. I would like to do that, 1 and 2, We have enough to activate as Kanta if we want to. All right. We're coming back. We're coming back, everybody. We are coming back. What does my opponent have here? Probably something crazy. Masterminds acquisition. Search your library for a card. Sure. Okay. This is fine. Opponent's gone through most of their deck here at this point, so I don't really know what they could have that's going to be all that good. I guess we'll see. Spell Queller would be kind of nice at this point. I'd like to have that back, but a little late for that. We can Sphinx's Rev for a bunch, but I don't think I want to, just because I might just deck myself, and I'd rather not do that, at least not yet. All right, let's see what we can get with this guy. I'm going to get the Compulsive Research. I might actually just use it on my opponent at this point. Sure. Pestermite. Sweet. Okay, so I can Pestermite down a land. First, let's Teferi. I want to get I want to get Kiki-Jiki. Okay, sweet. So do I have... How many red sources do I have? I had, like... We had the Signet. We had Mountain. I only have 3 mountains. I got, like, 5 mountains total, right? So can I just combo off right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana? If I'd managed to find... All I need to do is find like 1 more red mana and then I can do it. I think I'll just lock that down and then I'm going to put it upkeep stop and we're going to tap or use Pestermite to tap down one of my opponent's lands during their upkeep. But first we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3. So we have Plains, Recruiter of the Guard, Venser. I think a Thirst, I guess. 1, 2, 3. And we will pass. Untap this and this. Oh shoot! I totally forgot. I can actually untap one of my mountains here with the Pestermite. That's totally a thing I can do. Getting Titan deck. Oh god. All right. Well, that's really gross. Because I'm losing some more lands here, right? Man, this is so stupid. All right. Well, that's fine. I can't really do much about that at this point. Like, even tapping down a land wasn't going to do that. I totally forgot that I could untap a land with this. Well, rip. Okay. This is fine, I guess. I can... Do I have enough left in my deck to actually win? I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay. I'm going to save this for untapping a red source because I think I actually might need that to just to win. Oh, sweet. Inspiring Vantage. That taps for red. Okay, so let's use Teferi on Sundering Titan. Put that back in your deck, sir. So my opponent's going to lose another land. We're going to lock down another one with Ajani Vengeance. They're only going to be left here with, like, very few lands. All right, so we get this untapped. That's pretty sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's lock down that one. We can go 1, 2, 3, and then untap like a Vantage. That's 1, 2, 3. So we need 2 more mana to be able to do this. Okay. All right, well, let's just pass Reno, I guess. We also can just, like, you know, have Teferi start tucking himself at some point. My opponent's going to deck themselves if they keep using this Bazaar of Baghdad too much. They just don't have enough... I don't think they have enough, like, cards left in their deck to actually beat me. And they concede. All right, so did I have another red source left in my deck? I did not. Okay, so Kiki-Jiki was actually uncastable at that point. We had 1, 2, 3 mountains in the graveyard at that point. Wow, all right. Didn't even have to show him the combo, though. Yeah, my opponent went super deep on the whole discarding stuff. Like I might just want lightning strike over lightning helix in this matchup, and it's weird, but hear me out. So, it kills everything just as well as helix does. But if like they play, for example, like their if they go ahead and play like the makeshift mannequin on Iona and they name white, I wouldn't be able to cast Lightning Helix, but I could cast Lightning Strike and it would still be able to deal with the Iona. So that's a thing that I kind of like. I also like this Maze of Ith. Maze of Ith is sweet. I think Lingering Souls actually is also good in this matchup. Maybe I just want to like sub out of Plains for a Scrubland and then put in like Lingering Souls, maybe cut the Thirst for Knowledge. I don't think that's going to be as relevant in this matchup. This seems fine. I do really want the Maze of Ith too, because Maze of Ith like deals with like one of their big reanimator threats. So I'd cut like like a path for it, or like maybe I guess Moat isn't all that good against them. Yeah, I'll cut like the Moat for the Maze of Ith. It feels kind of the same thing at preventing people from attacking, but I think this is just better in this matchup. Let's go with this. This seems okay. This hand is completely unkeepable. Excuse me. It's not keepable at all. I'd need to have a blue source for this to be keepable. We're going to mulligan. And this hand has got a blue source. So that's fine. Bottom that. I don't really want that right now. This hand's kind of weak to Thoughtseize, but, I mean, any hand off of mulligan is going to be pretty weak to Thoughtseize. Turn 1 Bizarre seems pretty terrible. Unless you have, like, exactly Reanimate, which I didn't see the entire time, so... I don't know. I did see Animate dead, though, so tapping down lands when my opponent's at 2 mana should be pretty good. Alright, Firex 2. Yeah, this card is definitely a lot less good in Vintage Cube than it is in just actual Vintage, where you can play with like a crazy amount of dredge cards. Like Golgari Grave Troll and Stinkweed Imp are just not reasonable at all with this. Card's ridiculous, basically. I don't know if any of you guys have never watched Vintage before. I definitely would recommend you look up some of the ridiculous things that can go on with this. Wormcoil is something I don't really mind at all. Like, Wormcoil is totally fine. I have Path and Swords and Banishing Light that all deal with that pretty reasonably. Just a Swamp. Imperial Seal. Okay, so I can assume my opponent's going to have something next turn to reanimate Wormcoil Engine. Probably got, like, Animate Dead or something. Or they might have it this turn. I don't know. Bizarre. What a crazy card. What a crazy card. I am going to need, like, Liana, Maze. Yeah, their Maze of Ith is not great in this matchup at all. I'm trying to move with Planeswalkers here. The white mana is really good, though. Is it Signet? Is good. Also, the dual lands without basic land types are going to be a nice hedge against my opponent potentially have. Okay, sure. I have a lot of good cards in the take, so don't really see them getting all too much value here. But, because, like, they took the Azcanta. All right, sure. That's fine. Okay, so here I can go, like, Pestermite during their upkeep, or just Souls. Like, Lingering Souls might be better. I know they have, Yeah, I kind of like just using, like, a upkeep Pestermite and just tap down their black source. 1 and a 2, 3. Tap down the swamp. There we go. I would like to tap swamp. And then I can play Glen Elendra next turn, then have it hold up the... There's the Animate dead. Oh, well. Well, I mean, Wormcoil is not the best target at all, so I have plenty of ways to deal with this. I just need to draw one. That's the name of the game now. Opponent's at 1 card in hand? Wow, all right. Well, I guess that's one way you could do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kiki Chiki. We could just top deck Kiki Chiki and a win. I mean, that's one way to do it. Man, my opponent's got to be so tilted right now. Oh, man. Too good. I guess sometimes it's better lucky than good, right? That's kind of how we drew it up. The fun part is they didn't even like see this combo the entire first game because like I just never had these cards in my hand. So they like play against this crazy control deck in round 1, and then they just get comboed off in game 2. All right, looks like my opponent might be tilted a little bit, maybe just left just to spite me. So we'll, if you're watching this on the YouTube video, I'm gonna cut out however much waiting is going on. Alright, so it looks like my opponent may have been disconnected. Either that or they just got tilted and left, so not sure. Never going to find out. So anyway, we won that match 2-0 over a pretty interesting looking mono black Reanimator deck. Not too shabby. Remains to be seen what we'll be facing next, but I'm excited to find out. All right, we have an opponent for match number 2. Let's see who we've got. All right, I would like to play first, and this hand looks pretty good. We got a fetch land, we got a Jace, we got a removal spell. Kiki Jiki seems sweet. Yeah, we'll probably start off with an island, just in case my opponent has a wasteland. I don't want to just my Tundra just getting killed immediately, so... Windswept Heath. Okay. All right. Ooh, Azcanta. Is that better or worse than Jace on 2? I think I'd rather play Jace against a potentially green-white deck. I think getting Jace into play is a little bit better. Green-white decks are more likely to have answers for an enchantment than a creature, potentially. Oh, red-white. Whoops. Maybe he just gets bolted. That'd be bad. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Don't kill my Jace. These guys have a lot of natural synergy, which is kind of cool. So I can kind of just like play a search for Azcanta, play a Scalding Tarn, and pass. I will not be attacking. Probably going to loot away this Plains. I don't really need that much white mana. What do you got? Arcane Artisan. That needs to go immediately. Okay, so we're going to end step. We're going to crack this for our Sacred Foundry, put it into play tapped, and then activate Jace. Ditching this Plains, and then untap a Reno. See what's on top of our deck. Fractured Identity. Ooh, no, I want that. We'll draw that for sure. So here I'm going to play the Mountain. I want to have as many red sources in play as possible for this Kiki Jiki. And then I think I'm going to play Banishing Light. The reason I wanted to play a land first here is because my opponent very well could have access to Daze if they're playing blue, which it looks like they're playing a lot of colors here. That's kind of surprising. Exile tokens, sure. If they're playing blue, they could have Daze, and I don't want to just get my Banishing Light Daze because this card could just be insane if it happens. Ooh, Ancestral Recall. Ugh, gross. Okay, well, we're not playing a real game of Magic anymore. Okay, all right. Well, this is a vintage cube for you. Get some crazy stuff. What's my opponent have here? They're paying life. Dismember? Phyrexian Metamorph on my Jace. Okay, sure. That's an interesting target for sure. See, this thing can't actually flip because it doesn't have a backside. So if he tries to flip it, it's just going to get exiled and then it's going to come back. How does that work? I don't actually know how that works. If it tries to come back transformed, but it doesn't have a transformed side, what happens? What happens? I'm so confused. Okay, let's put this in the graveyard probably. Actually, Signet's not bad. Keep the Signet. It gives me a third red source. Now I can play my Spell Queller. That's kind of sweet. I can Spell Quell almost anything my opponent plays. Solid. Kiki-Jiki plus Spell Queller is an interesting combination. Okay, so, I kind of want to know what happens here. If this guy gets exiled, then comes back, tries to return to the battlefield to transform, doesn't have a transformed side, what happens? Well, we'll see how Magic Online figures that one out. So I have a couple theories. Number one would be it comes back on the front side because it can't come back transformed, so you just get Phyrexian Metamorph again. Nicol Bolas Dragon God. Yikes. I could try... Ooh. Oh, baby. I know what's going to happen. We're going to wreck him. It's going to happen. We're going to get our own Nicol Bolas Dragon God. It's going to be disgusting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll probably just let it happen. I'm going to accept that this is just going to be really awful for me. It's going to exile the Jace probably, I would imagine. Oh, no. Okay, sure. Let's activate this guy first. I don't think Spell Queller's... I guess Lightning Helix is pretty fine. Yeah, so we'll discard Spell Queller. Then we will let the Bolas trigger exile Kiki-Jiki. And then I'm going to... Hold on. So, exile permanent I control. I can exile the Banishing Light. That seems bad. I'll exile the Kiki-Jiki. That's fine. And then... on the end step, we will cast Helix on the Jace. And then we'll untap. And we will Fractured Identity the Bolas and get our own copy. And that's going to be real gross. We'll put Island into graveyard for sure. I don't need that. Ugh. And we just immediately draw Pestermite after we exile Kiki-Jiki. Oh, well. This is fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4... 5. Identity on the Bolas. I would like my own Bolas, thank you very much. So my opponent has like a Daze or a... Oh man, that feels so good. Alright, let's do it. Dragon God. Zori Signet, cool. And I think I want to flip the Jace here right now while my opponent's all tapped out. They exile an island from their hand. Okay, we're going to just activate this right now. So I can start taking this guy up. Yeah, this card is insane. Signet is... Don't really need that. And maybe I'll just uptick this. No legal targets, that's fine. And I guess I'll play the Arid Mesa. That's okay. Yeah, so... We just got to steal Bolas and make our own token copy of him. And he has all the abilities of the Jace too, so I can I can -3 the Bolas to flashback the identity if I need to. Oh no! Vampire Hexmage. Okay, well I guess the Bolas is going down. Or maybe the Jace. I don't know. Yeah, probably Bolas is better. That makes sense. Makes sense to me. Can I keep my Jace, though? No! Don't kill my stuff! You jerk! I wanted that. Alright, whatever. That's fine. Jace is dead. Okay, well, that's kind of sucky. If I had kept him around, he could have just died to a normal removal spell. I guess I could do it in response. Maybe that was bad. I don't know. All right, we're going to crack this fetch land regardless. And I guess I don't need triple red anymore because the KG's exiled. So we'll get a Plains, and then we're going to untap and flip our Azcanta. See what we're going to get here. Do I want to put this into the yard? Absolutely. I would like to transform. Recruiter of the Guard. Okay, so Recruiter of the Guard, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can like play Recruiter and I can fetch up my 1, 2, 3. Play Recruiter. And I'm going to go fetch up my Glen Elendra Archmage. That should be quite good against my opponent. I'm not going to use it just yet because I can activate Azcanta. That's a little bit better, I think. It's also a Pestermite I might want to play, potentially, but we'll see. My opponent's deck does seem pretty greedy. I wonder what this plateau is here for. I haven't seen the white splash. Maybe it's just to let Windswept Heath fetch a red source. That might be a thing. I don't know why else you'd run Windswept Heath. I guess he's tapping for white, so maybe... Oh, Nahiri. Okay, sure, that's fine. So Nahiri can hit my... Is it Signet if she wants? It's pretty gross. Oh, it's Banishing Light, too. Ooh, okay. I mean, that's a little bit worse. I can't really do much about that, so... Maybe I end of turn Pestermite to try to hit Nahiri. I think I'd rather just try to get an answer for this Arcane Artisan, so we're going to use Azcanta. So 1, 2, 3. Get to Fairy. Yeah. Gas. All right. Teferi is, in fact, an answer for Arcane Artisan, so I kind of like using him. Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still get 3 mana for Pestermite. That's pretty good. My opponent could very well have like an Eldrazi or something in their hands, so I kind of just want to slam the Teferi and get this out of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. If they have Counterspell, this is pretty bad, but let's get rid of that. Artisan, have Recruiter, poke Nahiri for a little bit of damage here. Attack Nahiri the Harbinger, and I really do want to get this Glen Elendra into play, but I also want to like make sure I can actually activate it when I do. So we'll probably here end up playing a Pestermite end of turn because I don't actually have enough mana. Don't actually have enough mana here to do what I want to do, which is activate Azcanta again. Shambling Vent. Wow, this guy's just straight $4 control. Seems pretty nice. Oh, man, Fracture Identity is so good. It's so good. All right, so if I play Pestermite in a turn, which I do plan on doing, the question is, what do I untap or do I tap something? Yeah, I probably tap like the Underground Sea here, I think. 1, 2, 3, Pestermite. Tap Underground Sea down. Yes, I would like to tap that. Then I will +1 to Fairy. Draw a card. Moat. Nice. Okay, Moat isn't great on this board. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I can do... Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Glen Elendra. And then I will attack Nahiri, kill Nahiri. I want to always hold up the blue for this, so I'll move to the end step, and we're going to float some mana here. So hold control. So tap this for blue. Okay, and then we're untap a couple of lands, and then we're going to activate Azcanta. So 1, shoot. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, activate. I still have enough to activate the, all right, sweet. Path to Exile is great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still have enough to activate the Glenalundra, and we're in a pretty good shape here. We have a Path to Exile for our opponent's Shambling Vent if they decide to attack with that, or anything like that kind of nonsense. What are they going to do? Activate Shambling Vent. Sure. As much as I'd love to path this right now, I think holding up the negate is a little more important. We'll just let this Glenalundra take a hit here. Give my opponent a very thin window to land something before this comes back. We have path for the Artisan if my opponent has that here, which they probably do at this point. I think they've drawn enough cards. Dark Ritual, sure. I don't really care about Dark Ritual. 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. What can you do with 6 mana? Probably not all that much, I would imagine. Treachery. Well, I guess I have to counter that so he doesn't get to untap some lands or whatever. Archmage, he's so good. All right, cool. And I can't use the red, so we'll let that go away. And then we're going to draw Ajani Vengeant. Cool. So Ajani Vengeant can lock down the Shambling Vent and keep my other stuff safe, which is kind of sweet. Swords of Plowshares is awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Ajani Vengeant. Let's lock down this. And I guess I could activate this here too. 1, 2, 3. Activate as Kanta. Cataxian Probe. I kind of want to know what's going on over there. A little bit more than I want to draw a bunch of cards. Living Death, Arcane Artisan. Sure. Those are not even all that good. Get back Metamorph, copying like nothing. All right, we're going to untap those 2 lands. I can play my exile removal. Living Death doesn't seem like it does much here. Like, what does it do? It brings back my opponent's Hexmage and their Metamorph, and it brings back my Glenalundra, Jace, and Spellqueller. I think I win that particular exchange. So what are you discarding? Discarding Living Death? I mean, I could just... this is fine. I mean, most of the cards in my hand are really... They kind of function the exact same way. You can take either of those or this. Both of those options are fine. This guy's deck is really interesting, though. And there's the Artisan. Probably just going to path that right away. Yeah, let's get that out of here. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. This is fine. We got Teferi in play. We're just doing it here. So uptick on Teferi. I can just deck them with Teferi. I'd rather just play a Sphinx and deal a bunch of damage that way. I could actually probably decline to draw cards off the Sphinx, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sphinx. As weird as that is, I think that's probably correct at this point. And we'll untap as Kanta and one of these, I guess. I do not want to draw 2 cards. I think that would be a little bit too many. Grave Titan, what the heck? All right, I guess Moat deals with that pretty effectively. That's fine. Okay, sure. Thirst, don't really want that. Let's uptick to Fairy. Island, sure. Keep this tapped. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 Moat. Moat. Attack with the Consecrated Sphinx. That's 4 this turn, and then... Maybe I should have considered just like helixing my opponent with the Ajani Vengeance. That might have been better, but I could have just got guaranteed lethal next turn. It cuts him off of double white. I don't know how relevant that is. Gonti. Okay, so they get the best card, the best card out of the rest of my deck. I mean, that's interesting. I probably should know what those cards are, but I don't. It's like a Venser, maybe? I probably play around Venser potentially here. If he plays Venser and bounces my Moat here, that's a lot of damage. I'm kind of betting this is Venser here. Oh, rip. Venser bouncing like any of these things is kind of annoying. But there are like three or four relevant threats that are good to bounce here. Like Moat and Ajani Vengeance and Sphinx and Teferi. It's like any of these 4. I don't know. We will have to see. Gonti puts him at the bottom in a random order. Okay. I got a mountain. Oh boy. All right, well. Should I Teferi? Should I uptick Teferi? I don't know. Well, we're going to go ahead and probably Ajani Vengeance helix my opponent's face. I'm one off of just blowing up all his lands. Actually, could I have blown up all his lands? Oh, I had to wait one more turn to do that. So -2 is the helix. Okay, that's fine. And we'll attack for 4 with this Consecrated Sphinx. Just running out of deck. This is crazy. I could Teferi to draw one more. It's a little bit risky. I don't have Helix left in my deck. Okay, what is left in my deck? I don't actually know. I'm betting that my opponent took the Venser here. This Venser seems most likely. And they're going to play Venser. They're going to bounce the Sphinx, maybe? I can't just replay the Sphinx, so I really don't care at that point. You probably should have tried to bounce the Moat. Does this just delays lethal by 1 turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I guess I'll just +1 to Fairy. I don't know. We'll go out of like 0 cards left in our deck. Yep, this is fine. 1, 2. I do not want to draw 2 cards. I would die. I would actually die. Nope. No thanks. I'm good. So if my opponent bricks here, then we're good. They have to answer Sphinx and Teferi, or get through the Moat and Ajani Vengeance, and I don't think they can do that very well, unless they have some insane Grizzlebrand. Grizzlebrand does not do it. They have 6 life, and Teferi deals with Grizzlebrand pretty effectively, so Sphinx's Rev, sure. All right, well, let's tuck Grizzlebrand, attack for 4th, Sphinx, and then finish with the Johnny Vengeance. Nice. Okay, we got there. We got there. Moat too good. Gotcha. All right, cool. Wow. All right. So I don't even think we need Sphinx's Rev in this deck. Honestly, like at least from this game, we definitely don't. Like, it just seems like a liability more than anything. So let's take that out of there and maybe put in like a Banefire. That could be nice. Maybe the Glorybringer is a good one. Glorybringer does kill Arcane Artisan pretty efficiently, as well as Gonti and stuff. So I don't mind putting one of those in there. I also kind of like Lingering Souls. Kind of like Lingering Souls against them. Just kind of want to try out this Glorybringer, though. It's just more sweet than some of the other options are. Yeah, I'm going to try out Glorybringer. I don't know if that's correct, but it looks really cool, and I kind of want to play it, so we're going to do that. And again, I don't feel like the Sphinx's Rev really does all that much for me in this matchup. Like, it went down to, like, just very low in terms of life total. Also, there's just the consideration that Glorybringer is pretty decent at pressuring Nicol Bolas, so that's also a thing to consider. This hand's really good. I like this hand quite a bit. Can hold up a Swords to Plowshares. That's kind of nice. Can go Zorius Signet or Izzet Signet. Probably go Izzet Signet here. Although either is fine. I am going to need some more lands, potentially, but that or like a Planeswalker. Gonna Johnny Vengeance would be pretty good in this hand. Protect it with the moat and the couple of removal spells, and then just kind of get there with him. Although I do know my opponent has a Vampire Hex Mage in their deck. That's a little problematic, especially given they have Reanimate for it too, so it's kind of a tough card to beat. If they hit my like really valuable Planeswalkers, okay, they're gonna get one of my removal spells. This is fine. I have two for a reason. They're both really good, so. Only has instants and sorceries. I'd be more worried if it hit like the moat. Moat seems very good in this matchup. All right, Mountain Venser. Okay, sweet. We'll play the Izzet Signet. And then next turn we'll play Azorius and then hold up the Spell Queller maybe. If we draw another land, because we can go 4. If we draw a land, we're at 4 mana and then -1. So it's -2 +1. That'd be 3. So be able to hold up the Spell Queller at that point. Spell Seeker. All right, probably getting Ancestral Recall, I'd imagine. That's pretty strong. I might just Spell Queller the Recall. That'd be pretty sweet. Just get him. It's got to be Recall, right? Like there's no other card you're gonna want to get. Yeah, seems right. Seems about right. All right, can I have a land, please? No, I cannot. All right, I can just go Signet into Jace. That seems fine. Seems better than holding up a Spell Queller. Like, if they have like any removal spell at all, like the Spell Queller doesn't really do anything. I'd much rather like play a Spell Queller where I can hit like a 4-drop with it. That's a lot more relevant, I think. And landing this Jace right now is pretty strong because they're incentivized to just want to play like Ancestral here and try to like dig for some stuff. And if they have to spend mana killing Jace, then that's kind of okay. Like they're not developing a threat, and then I can like Venser or Spell Queller to protect Jace next turn if they can't find an answer to him right now. I'm kind of okay with that. Spellseeker attacks I'll almost definitely block. There's not any -1/-1 effects I'm really scared of at all. So they're discarding a card to the Ancestral. They didn't find another land, interestingly enough. Oh, I guess they might have wanted to discard Grave Titan. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to probe them for life to see what they got going on. So, Recall, they've already ditched. Oh my gosh. Emrakul, Nahiri, Metamorph, Through the Breach, Treachery, Vampiric Tutor, Zealous Conscripts. Okay, sure. I mean, that's insane. Through the Breach, Emrakul. That's a thing. Okay, so I can delay that with Venser, but I don't think other than that, I can't really answer that all that well. Wow. Okay, then. That's a thing. I can't really tap out for Moat here. That would be pretty not smart. Holy crap. Wow. I'm going to Vamp Tutor for something here? Probably. Yeah, okay. Well, at least if they play it next turn, I'll know whatever it is they searched for. So that's kind of a plus. They don't have the red mana for the Through the Breach or the Conscripts, and they don't have the white mana for the Nahiri. So they do have the mana for the Metamorph here. So are they going to get red mana? That's the question. That's the question we got to ask ourselves here. I might even just... Venser's the only interaction I really have here. Yeah, they got the Plateau. Okay, sure. That makes sense. It provides the white mana for Nahiri and the red mana for the other guy, so... And they're gonna play... I think I'll just Spellquiller the Metamorph. Spellquiller can't hit anything else, and it's pretty decent here tempo-wise. So, 1, 2, 3... yeah, tempo. Get you Spellquiller. Lightning Helix seems kind of bad here. Nahiri does actually kill Spellqueller, which is kind of awful. I probably want to ditch, like, loot with Jace and then, like, ditch Helix to it. Most likely, or ditch a Plains, that's probably better. I don't see myself really wanting any of those. Ooh, Island. I don't like that much either. Maybe I can just, like, Helix the Spellseeker and then flip the Jace right now. That seems bad. I think I'll attack with Queller here, and then I'll just Venser. If they have any spell that, like, if they like play Nahiri or they play Through the Breach or anything, I can just use Venser to bounce that spell, and that's if they draw into another red source or like any like untapped land. Oh, they did draw into untapped land. Figures. Okay, then that's totally fine. Like playing Nahiri here, I don't really mind. Through the Breach is scary. Yes, I can kind of beat it. So we're going to activate Jace, Compulsive Research, discard an island. Yeah, this is pretty scary because they can just, like, Through the Breach Emrakul here. Maybe I want to, like, Venser bounce, like, a land? That just seems terrible. Or maybe, like, I can just Venser and then bounce an Emrakul if they put it into play. That's actually even better, right? Yeah, I can just do that. Sweet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think I might want a sixth land. But I'm just gonna pass here. I don't want Spellquiller to get Nahiri'd, so we're gonna just pass. And they're gonna probably like use Through the Breach here. And I'm just gonna bounce the Emrakul with the Venser, so that's totally fine. Oh, they're just playing Arcane Artisan. Sure, that's totally fine. Trying to make a giant Emrakul here or something. And we'll just Helix that right now, I think. And then I can flip the Jace. Do I want to flip the Jace right now? Probably not. Wait till I have more information. Pestermite. Pestermite's sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I do want to play a sixth mana source here. Yeah, this is fine. And we are going to pass again. I really don't want to just die to Emrakul. Like, that seems like the worst possible thing that could happen. You gonna go for it? Are you gonna go for it? Dark Ritual. I mean, sure. I still know you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Metamorph isn't there. Okay, sure. What are you gonna do with Dark Ritual? I don't think you can do anything with that card. Did he get Bolus? Did he get Bolus? I am confused. There's no he has Bolus because you don't. I know all 5 cards in my opponent's hand. So, what are you spending all that mana on? Trying to like treachery me or something? Treachery like the spell queller? I mean, why? I mean, I don't really see a point in doing that, but I mean, I'll let it happen. I don't think it's particularly all that great to do that, so we'll let him let him have it. Like make him copy the spell seeker with the metamorph. It's not too bad. I had to use Dark Ritual for that. It's not like they're really getting that much value out of it. Here through the breach. Yep, we're gonna let the Emrakul come into play, and then we're gonna bounce it back to their hand. Beginning of combat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. Get back where you came from, Emrakul. Venser says no. All right, so Treachery, gone. Through the Breach, gone. Now I got Nahiri, Emrakul, Conscripts are the 3 cards in their hand. Yep, this is good. Sacrifice Emrakul. No, you will not. That will just stay in your hand forever. And do I want to... I think I'm going to start by compulsive researching this turn. Could Plow or Helix the Spell Queller if I use the Jace. I don't think I need to this turn, though. So we're just going to go ahead and compulsive myself. Try to find Kiki-Jiki. All right, sweet. We'll discard a land. Discard this. Play a Scalding Tarn. I know they've got like basically nothing here, so I can just like end of turn Pestermite, tap down something, and then untap and Kiki-Jiki them. So this is great. I know they have like 3 cards that are bad in hand. So if they play like a land here or something, or like they don't tap out for Nahiri, then I just kind of know I can just get them with impunity. So see, this is totally fine. What they might be doing here is they might be trying to. Oh, okay, here. End step. 1, 2, 3. Pestermite. Tap down your plateau. They have to have drawn like exactly an instant speed removal spell. I don't think they have any of those. So we're just going to try to combo off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kiki-Jiki Mirror Breaker. And I think we got him. They have to have like exactly, yeah, we got him. Sweet. Oh, they tried to through the breach Emrakul me, and Venser said no. Man, that feels so good. Whew. Venser is amazing. Love that card. That, my friends, is why you play Venser. And yeah, honestly, like the amount of just knowledge that playing the Gataxian Probe just gives you is just completely incredible. Just lets you know everything you have to play around. And so that kind of information is just invaluable, especially like you pay 1 card and 2 life, or like 1 mana, and then it cycles. You don't even pay the card really. Card is completely insane, and that's why it just got banned in Pauper. I would like to play first. Yes. This hand is bad. I would like to mulligan. Sand's quite a bit better. Keep. My opponent's already mulliganed as well. I'll keep the red source on top, I guess. No, I kind of just want to put it on the bottom. I have enough red sources in the deck. I'm not really worried about that. This is a hand where I kind of would just rather try to like ramp out a Sphinx and win that way. Old-fashioned way. Porcalator. All right, what's my opponent doing? Fast Bond. Oh, boy. This could be really bad. Or it could be really good if they have no lands to play off the fast bonds. It remains to be seen. Okay, so we got him red source anyway, which feels really good. Because now we're not really punished. Not at all punished. We would have been punished if we tried to keep the red source on top of our deck, though. So my opponent have a second land drop. And multiple ones to play off this fast bond. Because fast bond's a card that's only really good if you can actually... So, like, Fast Bond is a card that, like, it looks inherently powerful because it really is. But if you're only using it to just, like, play, like, one extra land, it really isn't worth it because you're not really getting all that much value out of it. But where it gets really good is if you're playing it in a deck with a bunch of draw 7s, because then each draw 7 just nets you, like, a whole ton of mana. Play this Inspiring Mana. We got 4 mana here. Okay, this is totally fine. I mean, if this is mono green, then I think just a turn 5 Sphinx is probably a pretty reasonable way to win the game. So far, this fast bond's done literally nothing for my opponent. Although Courser of Krufix could be obnoxious. I might want to like set like a draw stop for my opponent's turn, because that way if like they're gonna get a free land off Courser, I can just path it in response, because I really don't want them getting a bunch of free lands off Fast Bond Courser, because that is actually a pretty powerful combination. Here we're gonna slam the moat. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for moat, and then we're gonna path the Courser, but only if they're gonna hit a land. So that's why we have the draw stop. That way we know. Nope, not going to happen. No freelance for you. Okay. So I know they have a Devoted Druid in hand. Yeah, see, this card has done literally nothing for my opponent. If this card was a basic land, they would have been better off in this game. Now we have the Moat against a mono green deck. We're going to land the Sphinx, and that should take over the game reasonably well. Mono green generally does not have a lot of ways to really like kill your creatures, period, and Sphinx is an incredibly powerful creature that will win the game uncontested if it goes uncontested, and just gain me a lot of card advantage while that happens. So yes, I would like to draw 2. Banishing like okay, sure, that's amazing. So I can just like plow the Devoted Druid. Currently they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they just concede. That makes sense. Okay, so against mono green, I want removal for all of their things. So Lightning Strike, you're in. Absent, Journey to Nowhere is probably in. Unexpectedly Absent's probably in. Banefire might even be in. Glorybringer seems great in this matchup. Like all these removal spells that are generally like kind of lackluster against a large percentage of the field become a lot better in this matchup. So these are all things I'm considering bringing in. Moat seems amazing as well. So what are the cards I want to cut? Sphinx's Wrath I can cut. Bring in Glorybringer, and then maybe like Thirst I can cut. Bring in like a Journey to Nowhere. Kind of Queller. I don't know how good Queller is against this guy. Especially on the draw, this card should be pretty bad because they have a lot of like mana ramp. I kind of want to just have ways to kill their early mana creatures. Maybe Path isn't as good against them. I do kind of like Banefire. Like you pay 2 to kill a mana dork. That's a pretty reasonable thing to do. What would I cut for that though? Maybe like an Azcanta. Azcanta's pretty slow on the draw. I kind of like cutting Azcanta here for the Banefire. This seems reasonable. just ways to kill their mana dorks. Like a lot of like just like most of the green deck's power relies on their ability to just like overwhelm you with a ton of mana production into like some crazy thing like on turn 3 or 4. And if we can just like answer all the mana dorks with Lightning Strike, Journey to Nowhere, Banefire, Swords to Plowshares, Lightning Helix, so those kind of cards are going to be really, really good. And then Glorybringer can take out a lot of the medium-sized threats, so just as much removal as possible, and we should be good to go. The one weakness I think we have in this matchup is we don't have any counter spells for like the really big like payoff cards. So something like Avenger of Zendikar or like Woodfall Primus, especially if they manage to cast that, would be really obnoxious against us. Although we do have, Path and Swords and also Fractured Identity as well. They can deal with that pretty easily. But it makes, if they do have stuff like specifically Woodfall Primus, it makes Banishing Light and Journey to Nowhere a little bit awkward, especially also Moat. They still could be awkward. But if they're big pass a non-creature spell like a Finale of Devastation or a Green Sun Zenith for X equals 1,000,000, then Glenelendra Archmage covers us pretty well on that front. So kind of like where we're at. They're taking a lot of time with their sideboard here. I wonder what they're up to. Well, we'll find out in just a second, won't we? What have you got, opponent? All right, this hand would be good if I had like couple more lands. As it is, we have to mulligan. If we like replace the Kiki-Jiki for a plains or like an island, I don't know, plains or a mountain would be fine. We gotta mulligan this. This hand has a removal spell and some planeswalkers, so we're gonna keep that on top. So we get to like lightning strike on their mana dork. Always bolt the bird. That's the rule. Whether it's lightning strike the elf or any of those things. If they don't have a turn 1 mana accelerant, we're in a very good shape to win the game, literally already. And it's turn 1. So, because again, most of this green deck's power comes in their ability to ramp out some stuff before they're supposed to be able to play it. And we'll play the Arid Mesa, end of turn, crack for a Sacred Foundry. And then if they have any 2 mana accelerant that's not like Sylvan Carries, we just get to get them with the Lightning Strike. Like Raphalos is what I want to see here. Lotus Cobra, that's going to die for sure. That's going to die. All right, so crack this bad boy. Go get our friend the Sacred Foundry. Would not like to pay 2 life. And I will untap. And just Lightning Strike this thing right away. Tundra. Sweet. Okay, so strike. Pew! Lightning can strike twice. In this case, it's only going to strike once. Unless we get a Helix, in which case it'll strike again. But, I mean, yeah, here's the Helix. Ajani's the Helix. So we can tap down something next turn and then into Ajani Vengeant on whatever creature they have. Yeah, I don't think this deck can actually beat us very reasonably. Especially with the hand we have here. Removal spell into tap down your thing, into kill your thing, into Teferi should be pretty much game, I think. And that's assuming they have like another accelerant here, because then if they don't, they just have something random. We can just maybe lock down their land with Ajani Vengeant and then kind of get them there. But I think this hand is really good against them. So we'll have to see how this ends up. All right, opponents, what have you got? All right, 1 mana. Fast Bond. Yep, Fast Bond is not good in my opponent's deck. They're getting a second land drop here, so that does They get at least some value here. It's Kodama's Reach. I mean, sure. Not sure how much that does. We'll have to see. They do get an extra land drop here. They're going to go 5. They do have 6 mana, I guess 5 mana next turn, potentially. 5 or 6 mana. If they don't have a creature to play here, that was a mistake. They can just play that as the first land next turn and then not have to... Yeah, I don't know. As of right now, I'm going to put an upkeep stop for them, for their upkeep, and then we're going to play our Pestermite in their upkeep and tap down one of their forests. And this gives us a target for our Ajani Vengeance if they don't end up playing a creature I want to kill. So that's kind of nice. I would like to tap the forest. Yes. Okay. And we'll remove upkeep stop. I have 2 mana. Devoted Druid. Sure. I mean, Devoted Druid doesn't really do much. Lightning Greaves. I mean, sure. Okay. Lightning Greaves are definitely annoying. Especially if my opponent has some big trampling monster next turn. Any big trampling monster they have is just going to get haste. That's a little annoying. So we're just going to have to play the Ajani Vengeance and hope they don't top deck exactly some crazy thing this turn before I can, like, Teferi their Greaves. We're going to lock that down. And I'm going to keep the Testament untapped to protect the Ajani. I think 2 damage is not really worth all that much. And if they do top deck a big creature, I want to be able to block to save Ajani Vengeance. If they do top deck an 8-drop here, I am kind of screwed. So, Vivian, Champion of the Wilds. Okay, I mean, they can't target this, so I mean, I do just kind of get to kill the Vivian if they can't really do anything with this. So put face down card in the exile zone, sure. I think Vivian, yeah, I'm gonna have to attack Vivian with the Pestermite here, I think. Yeah, the Greaves are kind of a downside a little bit here. We're going to kill Vivian here because I think the instant speed creatures that she lets my opponent do is a little bit too strong. And would you like to cast the creature? You don't get the chance to now. All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play a mountain, cast... Let's just lock down another permanent. And then we'll play Teferi and have him hit the Lightning Greaves, because I really don't want to have to deal with a hasty creature. I can deal with non-hasty creatures, but I can't deal with hasty creatures. And they concede. Huh, that was a pretty quick concession. I don't think that was warranted, but I guess they probably just didn't hit with the Vivian Reed. They probably just had to get some combination of lands and planeswalkers or something, and they couldn't actually cast any creatures off that. But yeah, so that deck was really cool. Like a really nice combo control. I ended up winning some games with just tempo beats with some flyers. I won a couple games with Teferi, won a couple games with the Kiki Jiki combo, and I think it worked out pretty well. Anyway, that's all for this draft, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you do, please feel free to say something in the chat, or what your favorite play was, or maybe what plays you would have made, or cards you would have put in the deck that I didn't do. And anyway, other than that, until next time, this is Lord Alvon, signing off.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my video. If you like what you saw, please feel free to leave a like or comment down in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to see more of me, you can do so by clicking one of the links over here on my left, or subscribe by clicking the link right here in the middle. Anyway, that's all we got for this video, so until next time, this is Lord Alvon, signing off.